Hey, you guys, Paul Darby here. It is August the 26th. It is at the time of this recording 12:17, and I have a funny story and an update, couple of updates. One funny story though. The funny story will preface the updates. Here we go. So it seems that we're about to get hit by a hurricane, which is kind of weird because we moved here a year and a half ago, a little more, a couple months, from Florida, fresh. I mean, there was still trees and power lines in the street when we moved, from Hurricane Michael, a Category 5 hurricane, one of the strongest hurricanes to ever hit the United States. And so we got smacked for that. I mean, it looked like Armageddon around the Panhandle in Florida. So anyway, this thing's coming in, and this morning I'm on the phone to the Emergency Management Center in Florida because I'm friends with them down there. I teach first responders and police and military, disaster mitigation, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm friends with those guys, and I happen to call up and I go, well, look like our prayers are answered. It's not going to hit you anymore, the storms. And he goes, yeah, it's going to hit you. I went, what? So I didn't even know. I hadn't been tracking it. So I went in and I told my wife after I talked to him, I said, it looks like we are in the direct path of this hurricane and that it is really gearing up because we're right off the Texas, Louisiana border. And so we are in direct path of what's coming. And she goes, yeah, I know. And I go, but what, you just didn't mention it? And she goes, look, I'm going to work. I do not want to come home and find out that you built a bunker in our house. I'll tell you what, though, for Hurricane Michael, my wife, my family, and some of my friends were very pleased that I am who I am. People laughed at my sawdust toilets, which, by the way, have zero odor, zero. So you'd go in my bathroom and there'd be a candle, there'd be hand wipes, there'd be instructions, there would be 2 containers, there's a sit down and a stand up, and there's a big pot with additional clean sawdust. And by the 3rd day in my town, people could not go into their house because their sewage was overflowing back up into their house. And so they would go out into the yard and pee and poop. And then they couldn't go in their yard because they would do it like dogs and they would just poop out in the yard. It's really amazing. So in our bathroom, I had a comfortable, private, clean, odor-free place to use the bathroom. And there were several adults that after 3 days, no water, no power, odor-free, comfortable, everybody was like, dude, we had no idea. And on and on and on and on. Triple redundancy for electric. We did quit running our generators by day 3 because the rats came out. Pants down around the knees, hookers. And I lived in a small southern town, but we were fairly close to a large segment, didn't matter what color people were, of thugs. Lots of drugs and thugs, even though we lived on a beautiful horse ranch, And by the 3rd day, I told my wife, somebody is staying home armed, and we will no longer be running the generator because that's just like a signal. Hey, we have food. Hey, we have stuff. So, and why do I talk about this? I'm just mentioning it because there's another town burning right now. There are several cities burning. Now people are getting their guns out, and there's lots of There's shootings going on. People are defending their properties. Rioters are starting to shoot people. They're still blinding people and still bricking people in the head, still throwing balloons filled with feces. So people now are up on the roof and they're going, yeah, no, you're not burning us out. You're not burning our business to the ground. And there's a hurricane headed right for our home. I love that Bible verse. I did not give you the spirit of fear, the truth and strength and of a sound mind. There you go. We live on blessed property. We carved Elohim, Yahs, Yahweh, I am, the great I am, the Lord of lords, the King of kings, the host of hosts, the rose of Sharon, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I mean, I can do that for a while, but our Lord's name is carved in the cornerstone of our foundation, and our entire foundation is covered in Bible verses. And then we had our house built on top of that. So this will be a place where every place is going to be where what the Lord allows or doesn't allow happens, but this is where the Lord will happen. There's another verse I like. As for me and my family, we will serve the Lord. So if any of you are going, hey, you're getting awful preachy, I'm not getting. I've been doing this and praying for people for years online. I just don't do it a lot when I'm talking about internet marketing stuff. Anyway, let me get back to internet marketing stuff. I don't think there's going to be a live Zoom again tonight. There wasn't Monday because Zoom was out. I don't think there's going to be one tonight because our weather patterns, I'm from Wisconsin now. Our weather patterns are already pretty disrupted. The wind's gusty. The clouds look like, oh, something's coming. And, I've gotten the equipment in the barn and a lot of stuff tied up and doing that kind of work. And I'm going to continue working. However, our utilities, and I don't know why this is, but they blinked 3 times this morning already. And the storm, we're not supposed to get rain until 5. And then the thing's not hitting until after that. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I do know, I want to do this. I want to mention something. As I said, I teach federal and state level a variety of topics, primarily to do to disaster mitigation, either to our infrastructure or our public. I also have my own personal self-defense school, and I also believe that we're responsible for our... Really, if you heard that, that is a bulldog snorting. She had a steak for breakfast, so there's no containing her. So anyway, I have offered a couple of times over the years, like maybe twice, all right, let me just put it this way. I ended up at a meeting that I was not invited to, wouldn't have been allowed into had they known who I was. But my wife heard 2 men talking at church. She thought it was a cell group meeting. It was not. That's all I'm going to say. She wrote their phone number down. I called up and said, I heard there's a meeting, and can you give me the address? And they said, yeah. And so I learned more in that 3 hours about security and dangers than I knew from my whole life. And I went, when they found out who I was, because at the end they did a roundtable, and these were like, they would get out of here. So to end the story, I put out an impassioned plea about, look, I know I'm the public. I know I'm not military. I know I'm not government. I know I'm not a spook. I know I'm just an internet marketing guy, but you guys know stuff. I'm a dad and a granddad. You guys know stuff. And I've talked about stuff in here today that the general public, we'd never know about. We never would know about. So fast track that to, I believe God sent me there. I was still kicked out of the meeting, very unceremoniously. You leave. And then I was called and invited back. And then I was invited to go through security training schools, which they made lots of fun of me because they started me out on the bottom. And then I ended up going to government schools that most people have never heard about and going through things and working on teams and that kind of stuff. So for those of you that are brand new, you didn't know that, did you? Huh? Because, I get on, act silly, and have fun. Instead of, I have guns and I have blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. All right. So here's my offer. If any of you guys are interested, I may I opened up a Patreon account, I don't know, a year and a half ago. And I may open one up to teach you how to navigate in a safe world, how to be confident and competent, how to get you and your family either out of your home safely or into your home safely, i.e., you've left, you've gone somewhere, you're coming back in, and somebody may be in your home. You're laying down asleep, you're in the shower washing your hair, and bump goes the noise, and it's not your family. What am I going to do? So I have a rather significant active duty and training resume, experience, qualifications, certifications, documentations, blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking about doing a questions and answers and training Patreon group. In other words, should I have food? Should I have power? Should I have training? What should I have? What should I do? What's a good idea? What are the threats and how to avoid or mitigate them? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. How to be safer in an unsafe world for you and your loved ones. So if you're interested in, and it will be super cheap. It'll be like $1 a month. Is that because I think this information is super cheap? No, it's because I'm not interested in doing this just as a general public, people just blundering on through. I will do it for people that care enough about it to pay $1 a month. In other words, yes, I know what this is. Yes, I want it. Yes, I want to come and be serious and learn some things. You may have something to offer the group, but I do security assessments. I train teams. I'm trained by teams, depending on what kind of teams, all that kind of stuff. So I won't be giving away any big information that's going to make me a target. However, I can help a majority of people in a significant way. So if you want to spend $1 a month with me on Patreon, leave me a comment. All right, finally, to end this, I'm talking a lot because I miss my groups. I miss doing these. I'm used to doing 2 hours a night for 2 different groups, 3 nights a week, and I've got lots going on in internet marketing. So I'm updating the traffic, already started. It hadn't rolled over to the server yet, but we've already been doing updates for 2 days, so all that should go live today for y'all. I am back and forth with the programmers. Any of you that are watching this from emails? I don't know if you just saw that my computer flickered. Any of you that got emails? I am going to have to pay them again. And I also thought of a 3rd level for emails. So we're going to have the regular license, a platinum license, and a diamond license. And they're working out some stuff because this thing will grow your platinum list, in other words, your buyers list, so fast and so big. Now we're having some things about storage and database issues and interaction between, because you're going to be commissioned on by the, excuse me, most of you don't know this, but now there are 6 products. You're commissioned 50% on all 6 and 50% of everybody you bring in. I'm sorry. Yes, that's correct. And 50% on everything that your referrals bring in, half of everything they make. So the money on this is going to be astronomical, the possibilities as well as the leads. And there's nothing ever been done like it. They did not have the full scope on their initial bid that I paid and their initial work. They were like, you want to do what? Like, why do you want to do that? And I told them, because we have an NDA, and they were like, oh my, I don't think that's ever been done before. I'm like, I know. Can you do it? And they went, can you pay for it? So we'll see what happens. I don't know for sure that they can do it. I thought it was going to be ready Friday. I'm not as hopeful now that it's going to be ready this Friday. As long as I have power, I can continue working on the funnels and the building and such of that nature. But I'll tell you this, if we have internet, if we keep internet and I can get this program launched, I believe with everything in me that you guys will be able to make several thousand a month, every month, and way upwards of that. I am literally planning on, I won't even tell you because a lot of you wouldn't believe it, but well over 100,000 a month. I will tell you. I won't tell you what well over means, but I'll say that figure. So we will see how all that works out, right? What else can I tell you and share with you? Smart pills are great. Chicken coop is great. More buildings done. Bulldog over there is, okay, now I have her on a sheet. So check this out. She's nasty. Look at that. Look at that. That, she had a big steak. I cut her up a big raw steak for breakfast. And then she came in and went, hey, Dad, how about you let me up on the bed? I'm sleepy. I'm round as a sausage. And by the way, do you see that? A lot of you maybe have seen that before, but it's all the names for Jesus. Now, I was not reading that when I just told you a few before. But kind of interesting. It's a shaved cut. So I'm very tan and very shaved, but I'm in here right now and I look pale and unshaven. That's kind of weird. All right. My wife even came home and went, you got some sun, didn't you? But I don't know if you can tell or not. I think that's it. I was just kind of stalling around trying to, oh, let me know what you think of the customer service desk and tickets. All of that is new. It is if you've experienced it, we are rolling it out. So some of you have, because I'm already getting comments on videos. Other than that, what did we cover? Maybe not a Zoom. I'll let you know. I'm expecting it's a no. We lose power here very easily, and internet goes wonky very easily. I'm out in the country, way out, like way out. You're out there, dude. So, like I said, our stuff's already started blinking already. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm working on the programming. I'm working on the, I just got to go update the new traffic stats to the pages so it'll roll up and y'all can see the updates. Customer service is being rolled out with a new ticket system and the surveys for every time to make sure you're 100% satisfied. I had somebody email me and fuss at me, so I just refunded and banned them. Don't don't um don't spend your time acting like a rioter with me. If you have a problem or an issue, speak to me civilly and we'll solve it. We'll solve it. I'm a businessman. I want you to be happy. I want you to buy products and services from me and love them. I'm also a relatively decent, depending on the situation. Because there could be situations where you'd go, um, but in business, I'm going to be as kind as I can. So if you want to do a Patreon thing, let me know. It's going to be $1 a month. It'll be about all things staying safe in an unsafe world, from growing food to preparing food to storing food to training with weapons to which kind of weapons are good to car safety, kidnap avoidance, security assessments, how to harden your home, how to harden your life, how to harden yourself. Love you. Take good care. Be safe. That's it for now.